Roads prove the Earth is flat. Apparently.
I can tell you for sure that the Earth is not a spinning ball.
Yeah, well, we'll soon see about that. But before we do, today's video is sponsored by FlexiSpot. Please subscribe. As a man in my 50s, having a desk that can move up and down is a game changer for staying active and comfortable throughout the day. So let me introduce you to the E7 Pro standing desk by FlexiSpot. A definite go-to for a dynamic workspace and the sponsor of today's video. Now, stability is key for a desk, and once it was assembled, it underwent a wobble test, proving it's impressively sturdy.
Wobble test!
There's no shaking or wobbling, just a solid platform ready for all your work tasks. Load-bearing capacity is another standout trait. With a robust steel frame supporting up to 160 kilograms, it's perfect for stacking books, gadgets, and maybe even a snack or two without any concerns. Adjustable height is a real lifesaver. With preset heights, just hit the button and watch it rise smoothly and effortlessly.
Nice.
It's easy to switch between sitting and standing throughout the day, making it a breeze to keep yourself moving. And let's face it, at my age, I'm leaving the heavy lifting to someone else.
Nice.
And also, while you're upgrading your workspace, don't miss the FlexiSpot BS12 PRO chair.
I haven't got a cat.
It's perfectly designed for use with your desk, offering exceptional support and comfort while you're seated. This chair ensures that during those long hours at your desk, you feel great and stay focused on your work. You'll have peace of mind as well with a fantastic 10-year warranty and hassle-free returns within 60 days.
Nice.
It's a perfect fit for your space and your style, no worries at all. FlexiSpot has got you covered. So don't miss out, grab your FlexiSpot E7 Pro standing desk. Link in the description. Let's get back to the video, shall we?
Dippy 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 dip dip dippy dip.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a hopefully brief video
Yeah, I hope it's a brief video as well because I was late starting today.
that I'd like to bring to you regarding the shape of the Earth.
Well, it's a globe, isn't it? So I suppose that's going to make this a very brief video.
For some reason, people get irritated about this topic.
Cool, I can answer that really easily as well. It's because the Earth isn't flat. That's why people get irritated.
Particularly the ones where the penny doesn't drop.
Now, based on the fact that we know you're a flat earther, which way does the penny drop? Because we all know that most flat earthers don't even agree that gravity is real. So, which direction is the penny dropping?
But you know what? That's not my problem.
Yeah, but it kind of is you a problem, isn't it? Because flat earthers have the burden of proof sat heavily on their shoulders. Because you were the ones going against the grain and trying to convince people of a reality which isn't a reality.
I will carry on going on about it, especially when I'm getting responses thrown in my direction.
And I'm happy to hear that. And I am also quite happy to continue making response videos to all the stupid things flat earthers say.
That make absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, well, that's why I call them the stupid things flat earthers say. Because every single word that comes out of the mouth of a flat earther makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I'm glad we can agree on these things.
Yet I am the one depicted as the person who's got his facts all over the place or whatever.
There really isn't a whatever. You're a flat earther, so by default your facts are going to be all over the place. That's even if we can consider any of what you say to be factual.
Right, so today I'd like to talk about road gradients.
Why? What have road gradients got to do with the shape of the Earth?
Because I noticed on the TV while I was doing a bit of paperwork, I had the World Track Cycling Championships on, and one of the bits of information that they supply the viewer with are things like road gradients, right? So that you have an understanding as to the terrain that is being overcome by the riders.
Yeah, but I still can't see how that has any relevance to the overall shape of the planet we both live on.
So I thought, well, let's have a quick look to see what the definition of road gradient is. Now, not in order to make it clear to myself.
Right now, it's not clear to anybody. Adjust your focus, pal.
Whether or not it's true or not, and all the rest of it.
Hang on a second. To establish whether road gradients are true. So to establish whether or not we have hills.
For me, it's way beyond a debate now. I don't debate flat Earth, if that's what you want to call the topic. I don't debate it at all.
Same here, pal. I don't debate the topic either, because debating flat earthers is like trying to explain the concept of wet to a fish. They're so surrounded by their own perspective, they can't fathom any other reality.
For me, it's an absolute no-brainer.
Now, I know you didn't mean it this way, but that's actually a really good description of your average flat earther. No-brainers.
For me, it's non-debatable, it's non-negotiable.
And that's one of the biggest issues and why I won't debate flat earthers, because you cannot argue with them. Their mind is just completely closed off to anything other than the earth being flat.
I can tell you for sure that the earth is not a spinning ball, that it most certainly is flat because it is measured that way.
All right, I see. So if I measure my bathtub with a ruler, it must be flat as well, right? Guess I've been taking baths in a two-dimensional plane this whole time. The more you know.
And everything that we undertake, whether it's to build things, or whether it's to aviate, or navigate, or map, or anything like that, all requires
the earth to be a globe. Well, that's lucky, isn't it? Because that's exactly what it is.
Flatness of earth for that to work.
But that's the opposite of what's required for everything to work. You know, GPS works pretty well. We don't get lost when we use it, and it relies on the earth being a globe. G, global positioning system, not F, flat positioning system.
For those measurements to make any sense, to function at all in any way, shape or form, you have to have a flat horizon.
So what you're saying then is the earth must be flat because it looks flat to you. And don't worry, I won't embarrass you by bringing up the fact that we only have a horizon because the earth is a sphere.
Now, I've done a couple of little videos before, things like arrow trajectory, when I was having a little look at the Olympics, and there was the archery competition, and they put on the screen a nice little graphic showing the trajectory, try saying that after a couple of beers, of the arrows. And of course, the trajectory of the arrows are always in relation to the flat horizontal ground below that arc of flight.
But that's because of gravity, not because the earth is flat.
Now, I, of course, had arguments back saying, well, yeah, but that's only over short distances. That doesn't mean to say the whole world is flat. Where I then respond and say, okay, so according to you, we live on a disco ball then?
So first of all, no, we don't say that we live on a disco ball, unless, of course, that disco ball happens to have a circumference of almost 25,000 miles.
Whereby the globe Earth is made up of gazillions of little flat bits.
No, nobody is saying that.
I've also, for example, given the example of spirit levels. We all agree that when we hold a spirit level, you can align it in such a way that the bubble stays in between the two parallel lines in front of you, thus indicating horizontal.
Oh, great, here we go. Another flat earther who doesn't understand that flat and level are two completely different things.
Right, we can all agree on that.
No, we can't. Well, I shouldn't speak for other people, but I most definitely don't agree on that. But it is interesting that flat earthers always reference spirit levels and then also always say that liquid can't form a sphere. You do know that the thing that creates the bubble inside a spirit level is actually a liquid.
What happens then if you put two spirit levels end to end at right angles to each other?
We don't know. Surprise us. Oh, the mysteries of the universe. Have flat earthers not realised yet how spirit levels work? They've got tiny, invisible little brains that constantly calculate the Earth's gravitational pull and position themselves accordingly. It's like a miniature physics experiment happening right before our eyes. Or maybe it's just a bubble in some liquid finding the highest point. No, it can't be that. It's got to be the brain thing.
So let's have a look at road gradients and what it says here.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Roads prove the Earth is flat. apparently.
A road gradient is a longitudinal slope provided to the formation level of a road along its alignment. Gradient of road is defined as the rate of rising or falls along the length of the road with respect to the horizontal alignment.
Why are flat earthers all so obsessed with horizontal? You know, they're not exactly known for their depth of thinking, are they? Maybe horizontal is just the longest word they know, and they like to show it off. Or maybe they think if they say it enough times, the earth will magically flatten itself out of sheer exhaustion. Who knows? Flat earthers, they're a mystery wrapped in an enigma, sprinkled with a generous helping of denial.
And here is a nice little example. What is a 10% road gradient?
I'll only answer that if you promise not to make fun of me, because whatever I say is going to be wrong based off the fact that I'm not a flat earther. But I think a 1 in 10 gradient means for every 10 meters of forward travel, your height increases by 1 meter. Is that right?
That would mean that for every 10 meters of forward travel on the hill, the height changes by about 1 meter.
Nailed it.
1/10 is 10%, so the sign above is for a 1 in 10 downhill slope. A hill of 1 to 20 means that there will be a change in height of 1 meter for every 20 meters of forward travel.
Yes, but what if that car is reversing up a hill or down a hill?
All in relation to a horizontal line.
I get it now. So because roads are flat, the earth must be flat too. Like how my pizza is flat, so the entire universe must also be flat.
Now, whether that road is 100 meters long or 10,000 meters long makes no difference. It ain't going to be flat for a certain period and then the rest of the world is then suddenly curved. It doesn't work like that.
Now, while it's true that for short distance the curvature isn't readily apparent, it does become a factor in larger scale road construction projects, especially those that span significant distances or involve precise alignments. Engineers use surveying techniques and geodetic calculations to account for the Earth's curvature to ensure accurate alignment and elevation over longer distances. And this is what prevents unexpected dips or rises in the road and ensures smooth transitions.
We all know it doesn't work like that, but yet you have people deciding that's how it's going to be, because otherwise it will absolutely obliterate my globe earth religious view.
Yeah, sure it would, pal. So now we're saying then that not only is every astronaut, every government employee, and we best not even bring up evil NASA, they're all in on this big secret to hide the fact that the world is actually flat. So now construction workers are also in on it.
Absolute nonsense. And it does frustrate me. I do have quite thick skin and I can handle a bit of criticism.
Same here, I've got thick skin and I don't mind being criticised. If I say something that's completely wrong, it's nice when people point out to me what my misunderstanding was. And then I learn from making that mistake and don't make the same mistake again. Is that what flat earthers do as well?
And this, that, and the other, and differences of opinion, absolutely fine. I don't mind that. You know, I'm a grown-up person. I am capable of communicating.
I don't mind differences of opinion as well. That's what pays my bills. People I disagree with, I make videos about, so there's no issue for me there either. But in the case of globe versus flat, opinions go out the window because we are right, you are wrong. That's not an opinion. That's an established fact.
And holding a decent conversation with somebody, and I have good listening skills as well. But what I can't tolerate is the counter arguments that are thrown at me, or people like me who know the truth when it comes to this matter, right? But they're coming from an angle of absolute pure ignorance, where mockery is thrown into the mix because they don't know any better. They have to then mock you instead.
Damn, I think he might be on to me.
This is a topic that upsets so many people. What's the issue?
Well, for me, it's I can't stand liars. And flat earthers are liars. Pure and simple. Either that or they're willfully ignorant, but there's no difference.
Well, boo-hoo. Did these people cry when they realised Santa didn't really exist?
Oh, come on now, pal. There could be kids watching this. That isn't true, though, is it?
Absolutely crazy. We can totally and utterly demonstrate flatness of Earth.
Go on then. Because I've been doing this for 6 years, and I can honestly say, hand on heart, I have never seen a flat earther demonstrate anything apart from their ignorance. Every single experiment a flat earther has ever tried to do to prove that the Earth is flat always ends up proving that the Earth is a globe. And we don't need to prove that. We've known it for thousands of years.
We know for a fact Earth is flat.
You know, every time I hear a flat earther say that, I instantly think of this.
It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
And it's completely true. You may know that the Earth is flat, but you can't prove it. But I can help you with that as well. You can't prove it because it isn't.
But anyway, I digress. I'm going to be bringing out a few videos of this nature now, where I'll be talking about everyday stuff that people don't notice because it just gets mentioned and that's it. In actual fact, they are absolute flat Earth proofs. Road gradients are definitely one of those.
Now allow me to point something out to you while we're back onto the subject of road gradients. You didn't actually demonstrate to us how road gradients prove that the Earth is flat. You basically just said road gradients prove Earth is flat. End of conversation. But I do look forward to these upcoming videos you're going to be publishing. So, quick recap. What have we learned today? Well, I'll tell you, absolutely nothing. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you again in the next video. Don't forget, if you want to be able to catch up on the 3 videos I've published on the channel this week, and you don't want to go digging through my channel homepage, head over to Creaky Extra and subscribe there, where I will condense them all into one lovely, longer video for you. Thank you all so much. See you in the next one. Love you. Bye.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.